Hi, I'm Reiner Schlitzer from the Alfred Wegener Institute in Bremerhaven, Germany. In this video, I want to show you what the new GEOTRACES IDP 2021, what it contains and how you can access it. IDP 2021 is the third product in a series of intermediate products. Like the previous data products, it consists of two parts, the actual digital data, and as a second part, the EGEOTRACES Atlas that contains visuals of the IDP 2021 data. The digital data part has 5 separate data sets: seawater discrete sample, seawater sensor data, aerosol data, precipitation data, and cryosphere data. I'm going through them quickly. So the cryosphere data, that's a new data set in IDP 2021. Presently, it's relatively small, contains only a few stations in the Arctic that have data for ice and melt pot, in total 10 TIs. We anticipate that this data set will grow in the future. Precipitation data for the Atlantic, presently only, there are data for rain for 75 TIs. The aerosol data set that covers Pacific, Atlantic, Mediterranean, Black Sea, and also in the Arctic. It has data values for 167 TIs in total. The seawater sensor data set that covers all ocean basins, as you can see here. It has very good coverage in the Arctic, in the Atlantic, but also Mediterranean, Black Sea, Indian Ocean, and the Pacific. It's providing high resolution data in the vertical for these parameters: temperature, salinity, oxygen, chlorophyll, fluorescence, beam attenuation, turbidity, and PER. The sensor data are included in the IDP because we think they help the interpretation of the actual TI data. So the seawater discrete sample data set here, which I would consider the core of the IDP and the one with the most values. The data coverage is shown here in this map. In blue, the stations that were already in the IDP 2017. In red, those stations that are new in the IDP 2021. And as you can see, there are a lot of new data that are increasing geographical coverage considerably. Especially this is true for the Indian Ocean and the Arctic. But also there are many new data here in the Pacific, in the Southern Ocean, or in the Atlantic here. So overall, we have data for 570 TIs. That's a very large number. We have better coverage, especially in the Indian Ocean and the Arctic. Overall, there is a doubling of the numbers of cruises, stations, and data values compared to IDP 2017. In total, more than 350 data contributors have given data into the IDP. We thank all of those contributors. Without their willingness to share the data, the IDP would not exist. In addition to the actual data, we have put a lot of energy into gathering and maintaining metadata. And these are combined in so-called info files. Info files exist for all available cruises and parameters. They include information about the parameter itself, about the creators of the data, about the analytical methods, and about the cruise operation. They also include publication information and allow you to retrieve publications in a dynamic way. So even in a year's time, when you click on the publication retrieval, you will get even the most recent publications. This here shows an example info file, the description of the parameter, names of the originators, links to the analytical methods, link to the cruise report here, processing information, if some processing were done at the data assembly center. And down here, this is the link for getting the actual publications. For example, I've clicked on this link and you would get the citation of the available publication, one more click here on the DOI of the publication, and you could read the actual manuscript. So we consider having these metadata information crucial, especially for users in years to come. So let me summarize the digital data of the IDP 2021. We have some new data types, the cryosphere data. We have much higher geographical coverage, and we have a doubling of the actual content of the data value count. So it's a major increase compared to the previous IDP. This product would not have been possible with huge amounts of contributions and work by a large number of people and committees, and they are listed in this slide. There are too many names to read them all here, but you may want to stop the video at this point and read all the names and give recognition to all these people. So let's go to the second part of the IDP, the EGEOTRACES Atlas. This contains visuals. It has section plots and animated 3D scenes for the IDP 2021 data. In total, there's this large number of almost 1,500 sections and almost 270 rotating scenes. All this is available at this website, http://egeotraces.org. When you go there, you see this first page. You start by selecting a data group and one of the tracers in that group, which I've done here for dissolved trace elements and dissolved iron. In the map, now all sections that have data for this selected tracer, they are highlighted in red with all their labels annotated here. You can click on any one, and here I've chosen GP19 as an example. If you click on one of these labels, then you get the section plot for this parameter. Iron was selected for this cruise, GP19. In the bottom part, there's additional information. So there is a description line that has details of the selected tracer. The next line contains the list of all the people who have created these data. And then there are additional links that help you go further. So there's a group, other tracers along this section. So if you are still interested in GP19, but instead of iron, you want to see a different tracer, you select one of these tracers. If you are interested in the tracer you have selected, iron in this case, but you want to see it at different sections, not GP19, but others, then this block here lets you choose other sections. Or if you want to see 3D animations for this tracer, then you look into this list here. For example, I've clicked here the Pacific as the basin that I'm interested in, and then you would get one of these animated rotating 3D images like this one here. And as you can see, these 3D rotating scenes, they summarize the information of many, many, many cruises, and they give you an overview of of this tracer in the particular basin. And you can see features, important features quickly. So that's the value of these 3D scenes. So let me summarize IDP 2021. We are proud of it. I hope you have seen that it contains exciting new data and visuals. And we want to invite you to use it. What I'm now going to show is different ways of how you can access these resources. And there are 3 ways of doing so. The first one, bulk, full package download. This is for you if you want to have everything and you want to have it on your own local computer. Maybe you are going in remote areas, you have no internet connection. This is the way to go. You have everything, bulk download. But very often people don't want everything. They want to subset by region, by time, by parameter, and only want to have this special selection of data. Then the second way is for you. Or if you're just curious and you want to analyze and browse and visualize data without downloading anything, then the third option is for you. A new development compared to the previous IDP 2017 is that before you get access to the resources, you have to agree to the new IDP 2021 Fair Data Use Statement. Compared to IDP 2017, no longer do you have to register or log in before you get access. So the Fair Data Use Statement, that is what you have to agree to. So the different ways of getting access, the IDP 2021 bulk download. You go to this web address that will take you to this page. Down here is the link to the actual download pages. You will have access to all 5 data packages, and you will have a choice of 3 formats. You can have the data as CSV ASCII, as NetCDF, or as ODV collection. Second way, if you want subsetting, if you have special interest, if you have a special domain, if you want just a few parameters, this is the way to go. This is a service developed at Alfred Wegener Institute. This is the address, geotraces.webodv.awi.de. When you go there, you will see a page like this here. The selection and download process is done in 3 steps, and you control these steps here in this navigation bar at the top. Here we are now at the cruises, domain, and time selection page. You use these controls to do this. In this case, we have focused on the South Atlantic and have just chosen a few of the IDP cruises. Then you select variables. You go to the second page. That looks like this. In the middle down here, you have the possibility to select parameters, either as entire groups, if you push this control, or by choosing individual parameters. Third step, that's the actual download page here. You select the format, and once you press one of these 3 formats, the extraction and the download will start, and you will receive the data subset as a zip file in your web browser. This only takes a few seconds, and you have the data. The third way of accessing IDP data, online analysis and visualization. You actually download nothing and you don't install any software. This service we make available under 2 addresses. This is the address where you also did the subsetting and extraction. But the IDP data are also included in this relatively new Explore website under this address, explore.webodv.awi.de, that takes you to this page here, which offers a large number of data sets for the Earth system. And it's including ocean, atmosphere, ice, sediment, and rivers. IDP 2021 data, they are integrated here under Tracers. So you would navigate into this tree and open the IDP items. In the example I'm showing, I have selected the seawater discrete sample. So if you click on this item, you will get in your web browser a figure and an interface that looks like the standalone ODV. It not only looks like the standalone ODV, but it also behaves like. So if you are a user of the standalone ODV software, you will be able to start working with this interface almost immediately. So this service, it provides this interface. It has all the IDP data with it, but also it has all the views that were used to generate EGEOTRACES sections. So you can load any of these views and actually have a live picture of these data here for further analysis. And as I mentioned before, there is no data download or software installation needed for this access route. So with this, I want to summarize my entire presentation. I hope I have convinced you that IDP 2021 is an exciting new resource. We invite you to use it heavily for your research, for teaching, or outreach. So with this, I close and I thank you for your attention. Thank you.